Nigeria, a nation of vibrant culture and immense potential, faces a critical challenge, a healthcare system grappling with inadequate resources and systemic issues. At the heart of this struggle lies the nursing profession, the backbone of healthcare delivery, entrusted with the well-being of millions of Nigerians. Yet, recent events have cast a long shadow over this vital profession, raising questions about transparency, accountability, and the very future of nursing in Nigeria. A profession facing oppression from within and outside. The Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, the regulatory body tasked with upholding standards within the profession, introduced revised guidelines for verifying nurses and midwives' certificates. This initiative, on the surface, was aimed at curbing the proliferation of fraudulent credentials, but essentially aimed at curbing legal migration of nurses to the West. This has instead ignited a firestorm of controversy, sparking protests and prompting the intervention of Nigeria's legislative arm. Central to the controversy is the newly implemented online verification portal, intended to stop the migration of nurses, a bold attempt at modern-day slavery. Furthermore, the online portal meant for the verification of certificates issued by the Nursing and Midwifery Council was summarily shut down, effectively denying many qualified nurses the ability to practice their profession. Denying many nurses within Nigeria and in the diaspora the needed progression in their pursuit for better lives. These challenges, coupled with concerns about the guidelines' transparency and potential for exploitation, fueled widespread discontent within the nursing community. As nurses took to the streets in protest, their grievances resonated within the hallowed halls of Nigeria's House of Representatives, prompting a heated debate on the floor of the legislature. This controversy laid bare the deep-seated issues plaguing Nigeria's healthcare system, forcing a nation to confront uncomfortable truths about the state of its most essential service. The decrepit state of the healthcare delivery system in Nigeria was shown to the legislators. On February 27, 2024, the floor of Nigeria's House of Representatives became a stage for a different kind of drama. The issue at hand, the escalating controversy surrounding the NMCN's verification guidelines and their impact on the nursing profession and the healthcare delivery system. Lawmakers, representing the voices of their constituents, engaged in a heated debate, their words reflecting the urgency and gravity of the situation. Honorable members rose one after another, their voices echoing through the chamber, articulating the concerns of nurses across the nation. They highlighted the technical issues, legal ramifications of the revised verification guidelines, reiterating that the guideline is at variance with international best practices, the lack of clarity surrounding the new guidelines, and the potential for these measures to disenfranchise qualified nurses, particularly those in rural areas with limited access to technology, and those that have the ambition to migrate to practice in other countries of the world. The lawmakers made it clear that Nigeria is not short of nurses' supply. Thus, there is no need to hinder nurses from migrating legally. The debate culminated in a resolution urging the NMCN to postpone the implementation of the new guidelines. This resolution, passed with a clear majority, underscored the legislature's recognition of the flaws in the NMCN's approach and the urgent need for a more inclusive and transparent process. The House of Representatives, in demanding a course correction, sent an unequivocal message. The concerns of Nigerian nurses would not be ignored. Their intervention marked a pivotal moment in the unfolding saga, shifting the power dynamic and forcing the NMCN to address the growing chorus of dissent. In the face of mounting pressure from both the nursing community and the House of Representatives, the NMCN remained steadfast in its defense of the new verification guidelines. The Council maintained that the revised procedures were essential to combating the proliferation of fake nursing certificates, a problem they argued posed a significant threat to public health. But the nurses know for a fact that this claim is a ruse. The NMCN argued that the online portal, despite its initial technical difficulties, represented a significant step towards modernizing the verification process and enhancing transparency. They insisted that the new system would ultimately streamline the process for legitimate nurses while weeding out those with fraudulent credentials. The registrar was going from one media house to the other, making sure to discredit nurses and the nursing profession, giving out half-truths and non-truth about Nigerian nurses in the diaspora. However, the Council's assurances did little to quell the anxieties of many nurses who viewed the new guidelines as cumbersome, opaque, and potentially discriminatory. Critics argued that the NMCN had failed to adequately address the concerns raised during the consultative process, particularly regarding the accessibility and affordability of the online verification system. The NMCN's unwavering stance, despite the growing chorus of dissent, raised questions about the Council's responsiveness to the needs of its constituents and its willingness to engage in meaningful dialogue. This perceived intransigence only served to deepen the divide between the regulatory body and the very profession it was mandated to serve. The shadow of tenure added another layer of complexity to the controversy. Allegations circulated that the registrar's term had already expired, casting a shadow of doubt over the legitimacy of the NMCN's actions and decisions. Critics argued that the registrar, operating under a cloud of uncertainty regarding their own position, lacked the mandate to implement such sweeping changes to the profession's regulatory framework. This situation, they contended, further undermined the NMCN's credibility and fueled mistrust among nurses. The NMCN, however, remained silent on the matter of the registrar's tenure, declining to confirm or deny the allegations. This lack of transparency only served to exacerbate the situation, leaving many to question the motives and legitimacy of the Council's leadership. The controversy surrounding the registrar's tenure highlighted a crucial aspect of governance, the importance of public trust and accountability. The NMCN's silence on this critical issue served only to erode confidence in the institution and further complicate an already contentious situation. A profession adrift. The implications for Nigerian nurses are profound. The ongoing controversy surrounding the NMCN's verification guidelines has left many nurses feeling disillusioned, anxious, and uncertain about their future. The dispute has also exposed the vulnerabilities of a profession already grappling with low morale, poor remuneration, and a lack of essential resources. The new verification guidelines, if not reversed, and wide consultations employed for subsequent policies like this, have the potential to exacerbate the shortage of nurses in Nigeria, particularly in rural and underserved areas. The controversy also threatens to undermine the credibility of Nigerian nursing credentials internationally, potentially hindering the career aspirations of those seeking opportunities abroad. Moreover, the dispute has strained the relationship between nurses and the NMCN, eroding trust and hindering open communication. This breakdown in communication could have long-term consequences for the profession, making it more difficult to address critical issues such as improving working conditions, advocating for better pay, and ensuring access to professional development opportunities. The NMCN must prioritize rebuilding trust with the nursing community by engaging in meaningful dialogue, addressing concerns transparently, and demonstrating a genuine commitment to the well-being and professional development of Nigerian nurses. A nation's health? The stakes for public healthcare are significant. The controversy surrounding the NMCN's verification guidelines extends far beyond the nursing profession, carrying significant implications for the health and well-being of all Nigerians. At its core, this issue underscores the fragility of Nigeria's healthcare system and the urgent need for comprehensive reform. Appalling remunerations of qualified healthcare professionals, particularly nurses, already plagues Nigeria's healthcare system. The current controversy, if not addressed effectively, threatens to exacerbate the low morale and mental health of healthcare professionals, further limiting access to quality healthcare for millions of Nigerians. Moreover, the dispute has the potential to erode public trust in the healthcare system as a whole. When citizens lose confidence in the very institutions responsible for their well-being, it creates a climate of fear, uncertainty, and reluctance to seek medical attention when needed. The Nigerian government must recognize the urgency of this situation and take decisive action to address the concerns raised by the nursing community. This includes ensuring the NMCN operates with transparency and accountability, fostering a collaborative relationship between the council and nurses, and prioritizing investments in healthcare infrastructure, training, and improved working conditions for healthcare professionals. The future of healthcare in Nigeria hinges on the government's ability to restore trust, address systemic issues, and create an environment where healthcare professionals are valued, supported, and empowered to deliver quality care to all citizens. The health of a nation rests on the foundation of a strong and well-supported healthcare system, and that system relies on the dedication and expertise of its nurses.